All right, everybody come up to the stage so you can start getting yourself positioned here. We're not going to get everyone on the stage because we do have some time constraint. This session is about 1 hour, 60 minutes to be exact. So it's going to be recorded on the podcast for Gallery of Ideas, and also is going to be showing on the YouTube channel, plus broadcasting live from Barcelona Radio, Gallery of Ideas Barcelona Radio. So it's going to be very interesting. So I hope you can participate. And 1 year from now, go back and listen to that message that is sent to yourself in 2021. So today is the second episode. As I mentioned before, we did the first one, the pilot episode last week. You all can find already on the YouTube channel, which is for everybody to come on stage and send a message to your future self. So it's going to be very interesting because we're going to send you also a notification during that time to get back here and listen to your message to your future self. Right, let me get started with the introductions. So we have on the stage, we have Abin, Maid, Madi, yeah, I remember you, Vishal, Harindu, Mohammed, me, and Dan. Everybody's welcome to come here and share this message, introduce yourself, and obviously send a message to your future self. So let's start with Abin. Abin, please introduce yourself. How are you?
Hello, Patricia. I'm pretty fine. Thank you for having me here. I'm pretty glad to join this group. And I've spoken to you, I think, a couple of weeks before, I guess, in the Gallery of Ideas room. So, yeah,
That's
pretty fine.
right. That's right. So, have you been? Did you participate last week on this podcast
No,
episode? No.
no,
All right.
no,
So,
this is my
do you
first time.
understand what you are? What are we doing?
Yes, I. It's an interesting subject. A message to your future self. That's very interesting.
It is. It is indeed. Because I don't know if you've been to interviews processes where people usually ask the question the other way around, right? They ask the famous question: if you could go back, like when you were younger, what would you tell you? What advice would you give to your younger self? Now, this episode, this podcast is all about us looking towards the future. What if you could go a quick jump to the future 1 year from now and say, hey, Abin, I hope you are doing fine, man. I hope you are accomplishing. Remember, we said this last year. I hope you are doing that. Anything that you can send a message really quick to your future self. And then you say, wow. And 1 year from now, I'm going to send you all a notification. Okay, if you want to, everybody who wants to get a notification to go back to that recording, to this podcast, you will get a notification, and you're going to be able to listen to what you said today. So today, the 25th of November, 2021, you are sending a message to your future self on the 25th of November, 2022. So, Abin, what would you tell your future self?
Right. So from 1 year from now, I've got to position myself. I got to first imagine where would I be, and I want to be like a certain kind of person. I want to be in a certain situation or certain status in life. So I've got that clear in my mind. And what I would say to my future self is spend some time with your dear and near ones, and always be grateful for what you have, because what you have right now with you is what you can use for getting to that future self, right? So grateful for what you have right now, and surround yourself with all the good thoughts and positive vibes, and you just need to focus on where you are going. So I would say to my future self that obviously, this is one thing which really I'm interested to be proficient in speaking language. Probably I might consider a career where I could use the language skills and everything. So setting goals, thankful for the people that I am meeting in my day-to-day life. So I'm thankful for everyone who's in this room, and yeah, so every little thing in life matter. Nothing has to be overlooked because you never know what is gonna change your life. So 1 year from now, or maybe 3 years, 4 years from now, things could be a whole lot different. So keep that. Um, every little thing in life matter, and respect others. Learn. Life is a constant journey of learning. So keep learning, and surely um, your future life, future self will get better in time. Yeah, that's from my side. That's my opinion.
Very nice, very, very nice. And Abin, what would you tell yourself that you consider important today? That you would say, hey, for me today, this is important. I hope this is still going to be important by the time you are listening to this message. I don't know, maybe today you are in love with someone and you hope by 1 year from now that love still carries on, right? Maybe today the idea of becoming a successful entrepreneur, a business person, is something important. So, what would you tell you? I hope this is still important and relevant in your life.
What I consider important very much in my life is to take more time for myself to progress. So life is a constant journey of learning, and if I stop taking time or investing time for myself, then there is no, I mean, better future. That's what I feel. So yeah, that's one thing I would like to tell myself: take time for yourself. Put
All
more
right.
effort in your health and mind. That's also very, very important, I feel. Put more effort in your health and mindset. These are like information I get from different people, but I think this is very valid. Without your right mindset and without having good health, this kind of thinking itself is not possible, I feel. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, stay with us because I'm going to go back and still ask you more questions before we close the session, this podcast today. Let me go to Maddie. Maddie, please introduce yourself quickly within 30 seconds and go on, send that message to your future self on the 25th of November, 2022. What would you tell yourself that is important and relevant today? Go on, Maddie.
Thank you, Patricia. Good day. And also to all of the fellow in this room. I'm Made. My full name is quite long, but maybe you can call me Made Surya. I came from Bali, Indonesia, and I hope that in the more 1 year from today, I hope that I could get more learning chance from every side, especially from my company I work for. I want to keep progressing and to enhance my skills as well as my public speaking skills. So that's why I'm here. I think that's all, Patricia.
Do you think that you're going to listen to this in the future and you're going to say,
Oh,
yes?
yeah. Okay. So that's enough for my introduction. And
Yeah.
if I may say
You're gonna,
about my
yeah.
my future
Buddy,
plan.
do you think in 1 year from now you're going to look, oh, this introduction is so right, or do you think it's going to be very different?
Okay.
Now, before you go to your message, I'm just asking with regards to your introduction. But go on to your message now and send your message to the future.
Thank you. From the from today and to maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years later, because I'm just a new lovebird. I just get married in the last 2 months. Firstly, I just want to make my my little family as happy as we could. That's part of the personal life, and in my career, maybe about how to to develop my speaking skills and how to become more fluent in speaking English, because what department I responsible for is related with the tourists and also the regulation with the government, the relation with the business partners. So I think to keep progressing in the next 1 year, yeah, what I need to do is maybe to get another chance to gallery of ideas, or maybe to join the community outside of this room. For information, I already also joined the, maybe if you have heard about Toastmaster International, and I also in charge of this club. So this is my first little step to drive my, maybe my progress become more better person, which also will drive my progress in my career life. So this is very important on how we keep progressing, even it's a little step. When you don't have time to start, so you will regret it. So keep keep learning, or you will regret for your whole life. I think that's all, Patricia.
Fantastic, Madi. I hope 1 year from now you're going to come back to this recording and to this message and say, wow, I was right about what I was setting 1 year ago. I'm feeling much more confident now. The Toastmaster groups are helping me. Gallery of Ideas is helping me. All the projects that I set myself 1 year ago, they are actually ongoing and going strong. Let's see. I hope so. And don't go anywhere. We're gonna finish the episodes today with a final message with regards your future self. And I just wanted to welcome another moderator, Gopinath. We are recording this podcast episode. This is the second episode today, and it's going to be broadcasted also on Gallery of Ideas Radio, that is from Barcelona, Spain, and also on the YouTube channel that is linked here. On my YouTube channel, you can already find the episode from last week. So after this one is finished, you guys can take a look of the YouTube channel and see how it's going to look like. Okay, so very, very interesting. The idea is for everybody to come on the stage and just shout a message to your future self 1 year from now. So, 1 year from now, on the 25th of November, 2022, what would you tell to yourself? What would you tell if you could have that chance to just go there and say something? Say, hey, I hope this is happening to you. I hope you're keeping track of this. I hope you've progressed on this skill. I hope you are still in love with this person. What would you send as a message to your future self? So before I go to Gopinath, let me just welcome Tarindu. Tarindu, welcome to the stage.
Hi, Patricia. Thank
How
you.
are you?
I'm
So
doing great.
good to have you
What about
here.
you?
I'm doing great too.
Thank you.
All right, so Tarindu, please introduce yourself, a quick introduction, and then send a message to yourself. You can even start like saying, Dear future self, I hope this message finds you well. It can be really formal as well, because you're going to go back
Mhm.
here 1 year from now and come back here and then listen to your message, right? So you can go as formal as you want or as informal as you want. It's really up to you. So, Tarindu, please introduce yourself and then send your message.
Yeah, I'm Taridu. I'm from Sri Lanka, and I'm a software engineer and as well as a director of a company. Uh, so this will be the message for my future self. And dear future self, uh, there are a lot of things I have to say to you. The main thing will be, please spend time with your parents as much as you can. Do not let them be alone, and then spend time with your friends, because you will miss uh, those memories you had. And other than that, focus on your health. Whatever you do, just allocate time for some exercises. It will help you to get better health, better physically and mentally. And keep trusting your business partners, and they are doing their best as well as you. Never give up. And the thing is, you will expand your business into USA. Companies you are partnered with help you to get there, and you'll be a successful entrepreneur. And final thing will be keep practicing learning English, and you will be a fluent English speaker. It will help you to convince your foreign clients well. Yeah, that's it.
Very, very good, Sarandu. Very good. Thank you so much for participating in our podcast. It was really a pleasure having you. And I hope 1 year from now, if you want to receive the notification for this message, I will tell you at the end of the show how to do it, okay, to everybody who is joining us on stage. So stay with us until the end. We have another 40 minutes, and then we're going to be closing this session. It's only for 1 hour. And I have more moderators here with me. I have Arthur, who was here with me last week on the first episode where we launched this podcast, and also a radio show, because I'm going to be broadcasting this from our Gallery of Ideas Radio from Barcelona, Spain. And as I said before, also on the YouTube channel that you can find the link attached here at the top. And if you wanted to take a look already from the podcast that we recorded last week, this episode is already live on the YouTube channel. Okay, just go to the video sessions and you're going to see them. I wanted to welcome Arthur and I wanted to welcome Amina. Arthur already shared, hello. Arthur already shared some of his message from the last week, but Arthur, welcome and introduce yourself to the audience here and share whatever you wanted to share today. And then we're going to go to Amina Gopinath and move on.
Yes, thank you so much. I'll be happy to do that. First of all, I wanted to apologize. I wanted to come here on time, and we're kind of switching phones and switching phone service providers, and I spent a lot of time yesterday doing that, and I just had the worst time with the connection on this phone. So I was trying to fix that, but I'm so glad I'm now able to join you and here with all of you for the second edition of this great idea that you started and initiated last week about sending that message to your future self. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have everyone. A quick introduction. So my name is Arthur. I'm here in the United States. I grew up here, as my slight accent might indicate, and came here from Pakistan many years ago. But I really enjoy, talking to all of you and learning from you, and having this experience of exchanging our thoughts and ideas. And this is what we're all about here today. So I'm glad to participate in this. So thank you so much, Patricia.
Thank you for joining us, and don't worry about a thing. It's okay. We're gonna. Hopefully, I can get a message to your future self the week before, after. Maybe you can send a message on the 25th of November, 2022. Anything that happened maybe this week that you wanted to just compliment from last week that you didn't say. But before we do that, Arthur, let me welcome the others. And Amina, what message? Well, introduce yourself, Amina, and send a message to your future self. 1 year from now, what would you tell to your future self? If you could jump to the future and say, hey, Amina, I hope you are still doing this, or I hope you are still, planning to continue on this skill, on this wonderful journey. I hope you are in love. I hope you are with someone like this. I don't know, anything that you could say. What would you do? What would you say?
Wow. All right. Thank you, Patricia. Hello, everyone. My name is Amina. I'm from Malaysia. I am a teacher and I love traveling. I love window shopping. I love meeting new people and I love singing. All right. So the message for my future. All right. I hope I'm still alive in the future and that time. At that time, the first thing first. All right. So I hope that I will still stay positive as I am right now. Keep on being a strong person. Consistently take care of your kids and don't give up your kids to other people. Yeah. Keep on motivating yourself to become a better person and never give up with your job and whatever things you are doing right now. And Stay happy, stay blessed, and never give up in your life.
That's very inspiring. Let's see what your future self will say 1 year from now when you come back to this message, right? Maybe you're going to say, what are you saying? Now I'm a rock star. Oh, I don't know. Who knows
No, no,
what can
impossible.
happen 1 year from now? Oh, you're so humble and so look at me now. Who knows? Who knows? Or maybe you found the love of your life and you are going to your another marriage and who
Oh
knows? And
my
you're going to say,
God,
oh,
that's so sweet. I hope I can have, yeah, I hope I'm happy with someone in the future. Yeah.
I
Inshallah,
hope,
inshallah.
Thank you.
inshallah, inshallah. All right, Gopinath, what about you? Please introduce yourself and then just shout your message to your future self 1 year from
Yeah, thank you, Patricia. Hi, everyone. Myself, Gopinath Raja. I'm from India. I love traveling and I love to interact with peoples, to experience new cultures. And to my future self, hey Gopinath, listen, whatever you do, you are doing great, and you must not listen to other people's what their opinion is about you and so on. So what you do is like you are growing and you have to grow with that, and keep on learning new things, and don't forget to update yourself, because if you are not updating yourself, you will become old version of yourself. So better keep updating yourself and learn new things and stuff and experience, and try to travel more, and have a great conversation with people, and try to contribute more to gallery of ideas, and I hope, yeah, you will be much better. Yeah. Yes, Patricia.
Yes. Oh, I'm so happy to have you guys here. It's such an interesting exercise. As Arthur was telling us last week, right? It's a good accountability check, right, Arthur? Maybe you wanted to share that message from last week.
Yes, absolutely. For us to stay focused on our goal, our purpose, whatever that is, and I think everyone should, at some point in their life, and they probably do, think about what their purpose is. What is it that they want to achieve, what they want to accomplish? And it could be that year from now, or 2 years from now, or 5, or even 10 years. But the way you stay focused on your goal and continue to progress along that path towards achieving that purpose is to be accountable. That is to do every once in a while a check to make sure you're on track. Sometimes that accountability comes from someone else. It could be your partner, your friend, your spouse, who just says, checks on you to say, oh, how's that project going? But sometimes the accountability comes from yourself. And this is a great way to do that, because you're saying, oh, remember, and this is sort of another thing that I would add to my own message to myself. Remember why you started. Remember what it was that initiated this whole thing, and that made you motivated, inspired to do what you wanted to do. I would remind myself what it is and what it was that inspired me in the first place. But yes, so you remind yourself what is that thing that you were achieving, that you wanted to drive towards, and are you on track? Are you staying true to your goal? Are you staying true to your purpose? This is just a great way to keep yourself accountable and stay on that path. So yeah, absolutely, accountability is, I think, a big this.
That's so it's so important what you just said. We take it for granted that life is just a passing of the time, right? Many times we don't really realize how fast it is, right? It's really fast. And we all should have this accountability partner. We all should have this accountability time when we check with ourselves, where are we going? Where are we heading? And being able to send a message to your future self and come back and check on that message. I think we should do that every year, every 3 years, every 5 years, really short, medium, long term plans for our lives. Because what you project, what you write it down, what you speak out loud, it's in a way materializing. If you just leave it in your head, if you just leave it as dreams and ideas that it never really gets out of your head, you are the only one really in there visiting those ideas, those plans, and etc. Now, when you materialize speaking out loud, you have all these people around you that are listening, right? Especially if you are speaking in public, which is a wonderful exercise. And when you write it down, you have a diary that can be checked. I mean, for it can be there for eternity. You can have people, generations and generations to come in the future and check back and read that, right? So it's a wonderful thing to get the habit into the habit of writing down a journal, uh, speaking out loud your ideas, manifesting what you have, right? And this exercise of sending a message to your future self and then coming back and checking on that, I think it's going to be a wonderful experience for all of us. I can't wait to be in the future and then, listen to this and say, wow, this was me 1 year ago, this was Arthur and all these people. And then we're going to open another room and celebrate. Wonderful. So
Yeah,
today we don't have many people, so I think we can use the other 30 minutes wisely. In a sense, we can go to Nihal, Arun, and Priscilla, and then we go another round and maybe explore the short, mid, and long term. So Arthur, Gopinath, and Amina, start thinking about a little bit what would be maybe if you have the chance while we are listening to Nihal and the others, if you have the chance to jot down some ideas and then I'm going to go back to you and ask what's going to be. Let's say our short term is really next year, right? Something that is coming next year. Then the midterm would be something around 3 years from now, and then the long term would be around 10 years from now, right? So where one line maybe where do you see or what would be important? One line or two. It doesn't have to be a whole list, because that takes time. And I realized that because recently I had to go through my plans. Somebody actually challenged me to do that. Amina knows who, another colleague from Malaysia. So I revisited my. Ibi's here as well. I cannot see most of the people who are entering the stage. I don't know if it's a glitch on my phone, but if you guys can just invite the people, somehow I'm not able to invite anybody to the stage. I don't know what's going on. So I just see that people are entering the room, but I cannot invite them. All right. So talking about the challenge that I had this week, one of Gallery of Ideas moderators, he was telling me, Patricia, can you share the short, medium, long term for Goy? What is the plan so we can have your vision and understand the mission of Gallery of Ideas? So I went back to my files. Said, yeah, I'm going to send this shortly. So I went back to my files and I realized, wow, it's really outdated because last time I touched those files, it was a long time ago. And I have so much more plans for Gallery of Ideas. So I sat down and I redo some of the most important things. This can take a while. It can take a lifetime for you to design this kind of journals. No, it's habits that you can do it every day. But let's say just a few lines where are really the important things. And it was a fantastic exercise to be able to do the short term or what I want Gallery of Ideas to be next year in 2022, where I see Gallery of Ideas in the next 3 years, right, with the anniversary of 10 years of Gallery of Ideas being born. But Gallery of Ideas was born in 2014. So 3 years from now is going to be 2024. More or less, and then that's when we're going to have a big gala event in Barcelona, and hopefully we can get everybody here to celebrate this 10 years of anniversary, and then 10 years, and so on. So that was very interesting reflection, and I was like, oh, I have to share with everybody if we have time during the session this week. And I see we have time because we have a small group, a small room, so we're probably going to be able to do that. Right, so start thinking about it, and I'll go back to you, moderators. Let me now welcome Nihal to the stage. Nihal, welcome to Gallery of Ideas podcast, radio show, and YouTube episode. This is like an all-in-one event. Welcome, Nihal. Can you speak?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, thanks for welcome.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. So, Nihal, please introduce yourself quickly to the audience here and to the people on stage,
Oh,
and then send your message. Shout out your message to your future.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, my name is Nihal Patade. I'm from Navi Mumbai. I have been living. Navi Mumbai since childhood, and now I have been learning Bachelor of Pharmacy for third year. Now I'm in that third year, and yes, I have been working in that stock market. I have a business, textile business, so all things go hand by hand. Yeah, hand to hand.
Fantastic, Nihal. And if you could send that message, if you could go, dear Nihal, this is me sending a message to you. That you right now, right, you in the future, 25th of November, 2022. I wish, I hope, I want. What would you?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I said that I want to bolster my own business. Yeah.
So you'd like to tell, hey, Nihal, I hope the business is going well. I hope that you have made some progress from this time that I'm sending you this message, and I hope you are feeling complete with the sensation, the feeling of progress for the business. Yeah, something around these lines.
Yeah, definitely. I want to bolster my next. Yeah, I do not want to extend this business. I want to start my own physically business. This is an online business, but in that 2025 means that time I completed my degree, master degree, and definitely I will achieve my goal. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Thank you for your participation, Nihal. And if you want to check if you wanted to receive a notification next year on the 25th of November, uh, just um, just make sure to connect with me on the back channel. But I will give you the instructions at the end of the session. Okay, we have another 30 minutes. Let's go to Arun. Arun, are you there?
Of course, I am.
Thank you for waiting. Arun, please introduce yourself and then share your message to your future self.
Hi, everyone. I'm Arun from India. Right now, I'm a software developer.
Can you try to do?
I'm sorry.
No, try to find a better spot, and I'll go back to you. Okay, see if you can find a place where you have more coverage. Okay.
Okay, sure, Patricia.
All right. So stay with us if you wanted to stay and try again in after Priscilla. Let me welcome Priscilla to the stage. Priscilla, welcome.
Okay. Thank you very much for receiving me. I'm from Brazil. I like to meet people and make a very deep and true connection with them, and hear stories and stuff like that. Well, I would say to my future self in 1 year from now that I should be grateful for how I have every aspect of my life very organized, and that I should carry on and keep going for my bigger goals, bigger objectives, and that's it. And that I should never forget, like all the difficulties I had in the past. That's it.
Oh, that's lovely. I think you're gonna be very emotional when you listen to this message 1 year from now. And then you're gonna say, "Oh my God, it was beautiful." So I'll give you the instructions how you can receive notifications next year to come back and listen to this audio.
Oh,
But
that's
stay with
nice.
us, Priscilla. Yeah, stay with us, and then I'll let you know. We have another, let me see, 20 minutes more or less. So Asi was with us last week during the pilot episode. So Asi, you have introduce yourself to the new people here that don't know you, and what would you add to your message 1 week?
Hi Patricia, it's an honor to share the virtual stage with you. So my name is Asita. My friends call me Asi, so you can call me Asi as well. So I'm 100% human. I'm from a beautiful country called Sri Lanka, and my mission is serving people, and I have a vision of serving 10,000 individuals, rather feeding 10,000 people by 2025 3rd of April before 6 p.m. That's my life goal, and my future self in from 1 year's time. So I'm going into that zone right now. So this is what I want to tell myself. Hey, Asi, you are awesome. You know what? I am glad that you took that decision, leaving that organization, and you started serving yourself. High five, my friend. High five. And I love you. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, it's good. Well, you have two dates to come back. You have the week before. When was it? The 18th of November, and then this one today. And if you keep coming back, you can next year. You're gonna have a bunch of recordings for you to check every week. What was the hype? What was the message? What do you wanted to share?
In fact,
Wonderful.
what I do is, Patricia, I actually do this as an practice for the last 7 months. I have been doing this. So every week, beginning, I record a message to myself, and once the week is completed, I listen to that message. So that's how I go into the zone of accomplishing certain things. So I have been doing this for a practice. So thank you so much.
Wonderful. It's good to know. Did you see the first episodes that I uploaded on YouTube last or on the podcast?
I did when you
I sent you the information.
I watched it actually. So best thing is that when I travel quite a lot from my hometown to my workplace, and I have 3 hours drive. So during that time, I listen to a podcast and listen to
Oh,
inspirational
wonderful.
speakers.
It's inspiring, isn't it? To be able to go back and listen.
Amazing,
And it's
amazing.
gonna be
So nice to connect
it's
with
gonna be
like-minded. Yes, yes. Sorry about it.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
no. It's gonna be even more exciting when you get the notification 1 year from now. Can you imagine? When you like maybe you already I don't know had 1,000 things in your head and other goals and ideas and things happening to you, and you're gonna say, "What? Man, you're so excited about things. What happened? Why are you feeling so down today?" Listen to yourself 1 year before. This was a great message that I sent to myself today. I don't know. Who knows? No, these things can happen. But thank you so
Correct.
much, Ossie. Stay with us if you can. We're gonna go to Joselino, who was also with us during the pilot podcast episodes last week. Joselino, welcome back. How are you? Please introduce yourself to the audience here. And Joselino just disappeared. I don't know if it's everybody can see him. I don't see him anymore. So I welcome then Kanshana. Kanshana is a very good friend from Gallery of Ideas. And Kanshana is a lovely, lovely lady from Thailand. Kanshana, this is an episode for podcast, my dear. You will be on the website, on the podcast, on the YouTube channel. So the question, Kanshana, is if you could send a message to your future self, what would you tell you to your future self 1 year from now? What would you say? Hey, Kanshana, I hope you are still doing this. I hope you are progressing on this. I hope you have achieved this. What would you say to your future self 1 year from now?
Hello, Patricia. For your about your topic, one the message from me 1 year. Okay, I will send message to myself. I want to speak English fluently for 1 year. That is my message. And Patricia, may I say I appreciate so much that I know you in Clubhouse and you suggest me to practice speaking and uh, you 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 cheer me up every time when I practice in your club. I'm feel happy and I got many friends in your club such as Amina. She is the best friend for me and she sing a song very well. Her voice is beauty. She has a beautiful voice.
Thank you,
When I
Kanchana.
listen to uh, the song that you sing, I imagine that her voice is so sweet and a lot of powerful. For me, I'm so lucky that I join in your club, Patricia, and
Oh,
thank
That's beautiful, Kanshana. Thank you so much. You are always very sweet. You are an amazing person.
Hey, Patricia.
And I hope, hey, I'm coming to you, Jocelino. Just give me a moment. So let me just close with Kanshana. Kanshana, I hope 1 year from now, when you listen to this recording, you will say, wow, look at me, how I progressed on the English language, on my speaking abilities. And, I hope you will notice the difference, 1 year from now. And I hope you will probably by then have met Amina or some of more other people here, because I know you've been meeting some of the people from Clubhouse and it gets you really excited. So I'm sure there'll be many more friends to come for you, Kashana. many, many, many more. So
Thank you. Thank
thank
you.
you for joining us. And remember, Kanshana, I'm gonna send you all the link, okay, where you can find this, and you can also find already on my YouTube channel, which is a link at the top here. I pinned at the top. You can see my personal channel. I'm uploading the episodes, okay, so you can see if you go there after this session, you can see the episode from last week and the format, okay? And I'm going to be doing the same with the episodes from today. So in the next couple of days, you're going to be able to watch this one that we recorded today, all right? So stay with us. And Juscelino, let me welcome Juscelino. He was actually on the episodes last week, and he was broadcasting on the radio, on the YouTube, on the podcast. I don't know if you've seen any of this, Juscelino. Please welcome to the stage. Introduce yourself and let's.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Thanks for having me, Patricia.
Of course.
Um, First of all, it's a wonderful room. I suggest for everyone who wants to improve English. My name is Juscelino from Brazil. Nice to meet you, everybody. And I'm so happy to find this room available to practice English. Yeah, would like to ask you some questions?
No, I'd like you to maybe compliment what you said last week, the message that you sent to yourself last week. Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
what would you tell that changed maybe? Something new priority came, something that you'd say, hey, by the way, Juscelino, I would like to make sure you are on track for this or that. What would you compliment?
Oh, thanks a lot. I love to participate at the last conversation. I'm learning everything about that, the future, huh? The message for the future, right?
That's right. That's right.
A message to your future yourself. I repeat, trust you every day. You are, you have the power. Believe in yourself. Everything come true. I forget I had a dream. Now I have a power. If you have in your mind the power, if you can do something, think about it. Be sure you can reach it. That's my message. Believe in yourself.
That's a wonderful message, Jocelino. It's a wonderful message to keep repeating to yourself every day, every day. So thank you for joining, Jocelino. We're going to be getting back to you guys with a final question before we close the show today. So, Pratik, yes, stay with us. Pratik and Aniket, I'm going to get to your two, and I'm going to be closing the raised hands option because we are running out of time and we're going to have to close the session. But Pratik, please please introduce yourself and welcome to.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Pratik. I'm from India and I'm pursuing engineering degree and I'm in second year. Yeah, just.
Okay, and what would be the message, Pratik, that you would like to send to your future self?
I want to start a startup. So I'm not doing well. So I'm just saying to my keep practicing and keep going.
Okay, very good. Very short and sweet, Pratik. I hope you will get this message next year when you come back and this message will encourage you to continue pursuing your goals and plans. Fantastic. Thank you so much for participating. Now I'm going to move to Anik and then I'm going to go back to all of you. Okay, don't go anywhere before we close the show. Aniket, is that correct? The way I'm pronouncing your name?
Yeah, it's Aniket.
Aniket. All right, welcome, Aniket. Please introduce yourself and send your message to the future Aniket 1 year from.
Uh, Myself Aniket, and I am a civil engineer. I live in India, from Mumbai. The message I want to say to future Aniket is that I want to see myself making my parents proud, and uh, and to have a good financial job and position in the future.
Oh, that's beautiful. I hope your parents listen to this message with you next year. So they say, you see, you should listen to yourself. If you are naughty to your parents, they're going to tell you, hey, Aniket, look, listen to yourself. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, so final question to everybody. I'm going to go PTR order, starting from left to right, top to bottom. Going with Gopinath, Arthur, my dear moderators, Amina, and then I'll move on to the guest speakers. So the final question before we close the podcast for today is, um, if you could say one with only one line or maximum two lines, what are your goals for the next 3 years and 10 years as well? So incorporates 3 years and 10 years, short being 1 year, mid-term being 3 years, and long term being 10 years. One line, what would you say? Gopinath, go for it.
Yeah, thank you, Patricia. So I just gave a little thought about what I have to, what I'm going to do for the next year. So I can tell you, like, I'm thinking of finding my love. So where I can get a girlfriend, I can get married, and also I can complete some certification courses. So that's what I'm looking after for the next year. So if I look after for long term, like 3 years from now, so I should have completed traveling at least 5 more countries, and also if possible I would like to visit Spain, and I would like to meet you, and I can't wait until 10 years when you give me an invite. So, and for 10 years I would say, like, to have a wonderful family and children's, and start my own business and work for the growth as well as personal as well as professional, and also cover as much as countries as possible. Thank you.
Wow, that was impressive. You did it so well. Wow. Amazing. Like really, you condensed everything in there and it was very precise. Well done. I love your minds. Thank you so much for sharing. And we're going to be listening to this next year. So very good.
Thanks
Very
a
good
lot.
to
Yeah.
have this. And yes, hopefully you're going to be in Spain before 10 years. Yes. Hopefully you're going to be here in 3 years when we do the 10 years anniversary for Gallery of Ideas. Right. Thank you so much, Gonipat. Let me go to Arthur, my dear friends. What about you? 1, 3, and 10.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, over the next year, I definitely have a few messages for me, but I would focus on this that I want to that you should stay focused on the priorities that reflect your values, and that to continue maintaining and nurturing the relationships that you started, giving back to those who have given you love and support over the past year. And then finally, that always remember there are many more people that you can continue to help. So stay focused. Yeah, that's, I think, the things that I'd like to say. But thank you again for doing this.
What about a little bit long term? That would be like for everything
Yeah,
for next year, 3 years, 10 years. Just keep going on that direction. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
well,
got it.
yeah, exactly. I mean, long term, it's all about staying focused on those larger priorities, the values that really establish and uh, make the foundation of who you are. And so for me, all the little things that I do over the near term, the medium term are all coming back to those basic things that make me who I am, and to stay focused on that. That's the long term goal. Yeah.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. You are always such an inspiring person, Arthur. Please keep this way. Keep coming back every day and inspiring everybody. People love you. Everybody love to listen to
Thank
you.
you.
So
Thank you so much.
wonderful. Thank you. Okay, Amina, what about you? 1 year, 3 years, 10 years. One line or maybe three lines. Amina, are you there? Okay, let's move on to Atun and then Arun. Sorry, Arun. Let's see if we can hear you now because we couldn't hear you before. Arun,
Hi.
are you there now?
Hi. I think I found a beautiful spot.
Yes, much better now. So please send your message and to yourself, to your future self, because you haven't had the chance yet. Go for
Okay. Okay. I'll make it quick. To be honest, I really don't love being a software developer. So, but what I love is to be a filmmaker and to travel the world. Uh, so, in order to achieve these two things, I have something I have planned right now, which is I have to reach Canada in a year, and I'll be doing a course on filmmaking within this year. And I also have a YouTube channel. I'm making short films, and I'll grow this to 10K subscribers in a year. And if you ask me about a 3 year goal, maybe a million or 5 million subscribers. And 10 year goal would be maybe I would have traveled uh, every countries in the world, and maybe that I might have won Oscars in short film.
Woohoo! Wow, wow. I love it. Ambitious,
No,
ambitious plans.
I'm not
Lovely.
sure, but maybe I would win an Oscar. Not sure.
Remove the maybe, remove the maybe. Start focusing that this can happen and then works towards it, if that's what you want. Just make sure to remove the maybe and be as the script, make it as detailed as possible when you write it down, when you speak about it. The more detailed you add it in there, the more you materialize in your universe. It makes like kind of happen around you. Things starts moving, right? That's strong, incredible force. So well done, Arun. I hope next year when I send you the notification to come back here, you're gonna be saying, "Wow, yes, I will track." Good for me. Okay.
Thank you, Patricia.
All right, stay until the end because I'm going to be closing, explaining how to get the notifications and also what are the next steps. Asi, what about you? 1, 3, and 10. Do you have 3 different lines that you wanted to share, or maybe just one big plan for this, all these phases of? Asi, are you there?
Hi Patricia, yes, I'm here. I'm here. Thank you. For 1 and 3 and 10, I would say thank you so much for waking up early. And every day, 1 hour, I invest time to improve myself, understand the gaps that I have as an individual, and invest time to improve the current strong skills. One. Number two is understanding the gaps and improving and identifying how I can be a better version, better than yesterday. So that's going to be my mantra from 1, 3, and 10. Main goal would be serving people just like me, who came from nothing to something, and that something is to share my wisdom with the community and help individuals to become the best from what they do. So that's going to be my goal and mission and vision.
Bravo, bravo. Wonderful plan to have. Thank you so much, Asi, for sharing. And keep this light, keep this line of thinking. I think it's the best way to go in life. Wonderful. Thank you, my friends. So, Jocelino, what about you? If you could share one specific goal for the next year, one specific goal for the next 3 years, and one specific goal for the next 10 years, or one goal that goes long term with everything. Apart from
Okay,
believing in yourself, because you already mentioned that several times. Something more specific.
okay, that's right. First of all, let me to point something very important. During this pandemic, tragic pandemic, everybody lost families, jobs, great opportunities. But now, to be honest, I don't want to wait 1, 3, or 10 years. I want to reach my goals in 3 months. Embark on a cruise ship because that's I lost time, I waste time, and now it's time. It's time to change. It's time to focus. It's time to forward, and that's my message. Don't waste time. Go ahead.
Bravo, bravo. Absolutely. You have to live intensively every day. but also important to plan, things for the future. So we can go over this. This is a lovely discussion, actually. We can go over the next time, Jocelyn, because we don't have any more time. We are about to close this podcast and session today here on Clubhouse. Let me just go to Kanshana real quick. Kanshana, would you like to add a line for the next long-term goals? What would you like to, if you could add something, what would you say for long term, like 3 years, 10 years from now? What would you like to tell yourself?
To be honest, I have no plan, but I will become a grandmother one day.
You would become
That
what?
is grandmom.
Grandmom.
Yes, because I have my son.
Oh, a grandmother.
Granddaughter. Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Beautiful. Yes, of course you will. I'm sure you will. And oh, bless you. Of course, Kanshana. Oh, that's a beautiful thing to hope, in the future. Thank you so much for sharing, Kanshana. All right. 2 more minutes. Pratik, your final
Yeah,
thoughts. What would you share for the long-term future?
yeah. I'm just 19, so for first 1 year goal is I have to do my post graduation, and for 3 years I have to make millions in just 3 years, and for 10 years I have to become a multimillionaire, and I have to start one startup.
Wow.
I'm just thinking on that.
Love that. Love that. Who doesn't love that? Now, make sure you, as I said before, make sure you keep looking at this into the details, right? Like, don't let it just be like, oh, I want millions, but, how, why, how, and all the details, you can put it out there for you to
Yeah,
make this happen. Okay? All right. Thank you so much, Pratik.
and
And Aniket?
I'm such a big fan of you. I just follow your YouTube channel, Patricia.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, thank you. That channel is it's a small channel with some of the contents that I shared in Gallery of Ideas last couple of years. Unfortunately, my other channel got disconnected, but I'm little by little uploading everything under my personal channel, Patricia Curty. So, but you have a lot of contents there for public speaking, and now I'm uploading all these new things. Yeah.
Can I get follow back? I just want one thing.
Of course, I will follow you back. Okay. All right. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much,
much.
Pratik. Okay, Aniket and Karan, and then we're going to be closing. Shamati, I'm so sorry. We are closing the session today. Maybe next time, my dear. All right, Aniket, what would be your final last comments for the future long term?
Uh, uh, in 1 to 3 years, I want to be financially stable and secure a good and nice job. To focus on 10 years, I basically want to be an environmentalist and focus on the nature because it is the need of the hour, I think, and fulfill and grow in that field only. Currently, I am in environment field only, so I think that will be my main motto for 10 years.
Bravo, well done. I really hope that's going to be a good achievement in your life. It's a wonderful plan to have. Thank you so much, Aniket. And last one, Karan. What would be your message, Karan? You are the last one of this episode of future message to your future self. What message would be in the short or?
So first of all, I telling you, Patricia, that thankful to giving me opportunity to speak something. So I think if you doing if you have a aim in your future, everything, then you start today and from now. If you waiting the time situation, then you cannot do that aim fulfill. So my aim is not do in my life. My aim is Indian Army, but in my age, because in a age 18 to 21, you're doing the job. After finishing your age in 22, then you do not do the job. So after finishing my graduation BSc chemistry, in my family problem, so I came out of country. In now from now I am in Bahrain. So in last 2 years, I am in Bahrain. Now I am doing my job in lab technician. So I think in after finishing 2 years, So I'm giving opportunity to going a big position in maybe manager or assistant manager. That's all.
Bravo, bravo. Well done, Karan. Thank you so much for sharing this. And I hope you will find this message in the future very interesting and valuable for you. I really hope so.
Okay.
So
Okay.
thank you, everybody. We are going to be closing now this session. And I just wanted to tell you, I just had an idea. If you wanted to be notified, okay, 1 year from now, and then come back to this, instead of going and leaving a message on the website under the podcast area, actually leave me a message on your video on this YouTube channel. Okay, I'm going to upload the podcast there, so you should be able to go in there in 2 or 3 days, and it's going to be uploaded. And then in the comment section, say, hey, Patricia, it was very nice, the session, whatever comments you wanted to say about this experience, please notify me 1 year from now. All right. And then I'm going to add you in my list of people that I have to notify from this time. All right. So let's do this way. So this way I can get some traction on the channel as well and start moving this channel again, because it has been a bit dormant. I was concentrating all my energy on the other channel, which unfortunately is not live anymore. But anyway, it's a long story, another day for another day. Thank you very much, everybody. And I wish to see you again very soon on the 24/7 room. If you don't know how to get there, send me a private message here on Clubhouse. Ask me the address to get to the other room. If you don't see the public speaking in English in 24/7, if you don't see it in your hallway, just ask me for the link, okay? And I can send it to you. So every time you wanted to practice your speaking skills or your listening skills in English, you can go there. It's always open 24/7. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you, Gopinath,
Thank you.
Amina,
Thank you so
Shamati,
much. Thank you.
and everybody.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful day. Bye-bye,
Thank you so much,
everybody.
Patricia. See you
Bye.
next
Bye-bye.
year.